Hi, my name is Kylene Cochrane, and I'm the author of The Unfinished Race. This book is personal. Absolute vulnerability is casted within the words of this book, but I felt this need and desire to tell the truth about injuries, especially the mental components of injury. This book explores the intersection of women's health and female injuries. It also looks at the importance of the continuous care after an athlete is diagnosed with an injury, especially the injured psyche of an athlete. When a runner or when an athlete is diagnosed, there is a huge need to focus on what comes next. After a diagnosis, that is when the athlete is going to start to have those mental changes. They're going to start to feel isolated from being away from their team, and they may even undergo some of their own physical changes. This book also explores the importance of normalizing hard topics in the running world, especially these topics of depression, eating disorders, mental injuries, hormone imbalances. But it is time we revolutionize the running world and we make these topics normal to talk about. As a college runner, I had it all. I was running Division I, I was running for an Ivy League school, I got to run at historic Franklin Field every day for practice. I hit my personal record and I was so happy and enamored just to be running in college. But during this whole process, my body was shutting down. I was internally breaking. And once I got injured, I realized my mental health was breaking down as well. One of the unique aspects of this book is it is not just my story alone. I conducted interviews with other female collegiate athletes. During the interviews, I found a lot of major themes that came up, and these themes are what I write about in this book. What I find to be one of the strongest and most unique aspects of this book is the fact that none of the individuals interviewed are professional runners. This book includes over 10 different interviews I did with other female collegiate athletes, as well as an interview with a former Olympian. As a physical therapy graduate student, I did a lot of research on different articles that coincided with a lot of the themes these athletes brought up. There was a point in my life where I was walking away from Franklin Field, and I had just been told that I was injured again. I was handed a boot. I just walked away from the field because this was my 4th or 5th injury, and at that point, my emotions were fully coming out. I did a really good job throughout my injuries of masking my emotions. At this point, I completely unmasked myself. I sat down at this statue sort of outside Franklin Field, and I sat there just crying, and I wanted to call my parents, but I was still trying to validate these emotions for myself and process the fact that I was injured again. Sitting there crying, this woman, this stranger came up to me and she told me, God sent me back to tell you that everything will be all right. Well, I am all right, but now it's my turn to be that stranger and tell you all that it will all be all right. My hope for this book is that individuals will feel heard and individuals will not feel alone in this injury process. And I think my biggest hope for this book is that individuals will really see how beautiful healing can be and how much the injury process can tell us about ourselves. This book is for high school athletes, college athletes, female runners, and anyone who has sustained an injury. My name is Kylene Cochrane, the author of The Unfinished Race.